Hello, my name is Shelly. Welcome back for another episode of Wiki 3 as Korea. That's the second attempt of this, well, kind of second attempt of this challenge. We'll change the rules a little bit. Last time I believe we were trying to stay a autocracy as long as possible. This time around we don't have any restrictions on the laws. We can go whichever way we want to. Oh, medical decrees is spreading. Right, we should probably go out and queue that one up. In there, paddle steamer is, well, 11 to 14 months. Hopefully we can speed up the research a little bit. And that is one thing that we are trying to do. The extra authority that we have right now, I suppose we don't try to enact anything, so I don't know if we really need to focus on that one. We could probably go ahead and bolster the industrialists in the meanwhile. And if need be, we can put in like a one consumption tax. We've still got quite good chunks of money though, so I'm not too worried about that. And if we stop building something, then it will already get easier. Let's actually have a look at the taxation. So Jungho and so basically the two southern ones are still having a lot of issues with taxation capacity. Maybe we'll go ahead and build a administration over there as well. So that's going to get the construction a little bit busy, mind you, but at the same time, the private sector at least is building another paper mill. I'm sure that there is going to be plenty of demand for that one. There's no foreign, no, there's nothing foreign being built yet. We're trying to keep our relations with Great Qing somewhat reduced. Because we will also need to strengthen our military quite a bit. Right now, there might be... Actually, I do wonder if there's a lot of turmoil or something. They've got massive taxation issues, of course. That's probably one of the things. If you play as Qing, you'll need to try to get the taxation up in as much as possible. So you'll probably need all the paper in the world. And all the government administration in the world. So that's one of the things that we can, well, potentially help them. But also get rich along the way is just build a lot of paper mills. We've got one paper mill thus far. We're building another one, of course. And that's, okay, in 19 weeks, we'll get one of the universities before that, at least. Potentially more than one. And we might also, if need be, increase the construction speed a little bit further. But right now, of course, the industries and everything are very, very slowly growing. Is the iron mine already sold, by the way? No, that is still in our control. I mean... Sure enough. If it's not purchased, then that's fine. I suspect that it probably will be fairly profitable. You know, the weekly balance is pretty good here. And we do get some dividends as well. About 500, which, you know, it's not massive. But it will help. And there we go, we've got one of the universities already. We'll get the second level soon enough. That's going to allow us to get the established university thing done. Soon enough, and that's going to allow us to speed up the research for the medical decrees, actually. Also, how's the lathe? That's very slowly increasing. Now, we are also luckily increasing the literary rate a good amount here. Well, I say good amount. A little bit, at least. The tool price in the Qing market is still completely outrageous. Iron price is also pretty high. We don't need artillery or man of wars ourselves, but we might want to produce those sooner or later. We're not in a hurry with that, luckily. Oh, the tooling workshop is not actually fully hired. Is that because they just don't have enough people? Oh, yeah, the average wage is not high enough there. For the people to be willing to change. Now, once we get the university in here, the amount of qualifications that we get should be improving. Oh, right, Japan is actually improving relations with us. That's quite handy. Okay, so... the paper mills are almost completed in our capital. That will probably be quite useful. I mean, there is a decent bit of government administrations in here already, which, if we could reduce the paper price at least locally, that will already make a massive difference in the expenses. And of course, I believe the universities might also need, yeah, they do need a bit of paper, which of course is going to be quite expensive for us. But that's the first level of the university almost fully hired, and the second level of the university will be done in a few weeks. We're getting a cotton plantation. We're also getting a sulfur mine, okay. Do we use a lot of sulfur then? Or is that just speculation? I think right now it's just mostly speculation. Although I suppose there will be things... it's not the lathe that gives that, does it? No. Not that one yet. We will eventually get the better stuff for the paper making and all that, which means that we will need sulfur. So it's all good. Now, is there... I don't suppose... Is there a lot of dyes available in the market? Oh yeah, there's 900. There's basically not a lot of demand for it. There's some glassworks that are required, but that's about it. I believe some of our glassworks, at least, are part of that demand in there. But there we go. We've got the 2 levels of the universities built. Farming boom. Oh, there we go. Even more boost over here. The construction sector. Oh, we're having tool issues, of course. Well, that's fair enough. Paddle steamer is going to be done within the next 3 months. Anyone? I suppose I could probably try to improve relations with the Russians to make sure that we have some potential help if and when we try to get independence. Now, one of the things before we get independence, though, is we'll probably need to get a little bit more production of, like, the basic resources of wood and such. Because otherwise, we will have pretty big problems once we get independence. We also would have to get dyes from somewhere. Now, to be fair, there are dye plantations down here. Oh, there we go. University completed. Higher learning, and we'll go for the medical degrees. That's going to speed up the research of that. How close are we on? Well, we're about almost halfway done, I suppose. There we go. So that's a bit more innovation as well. We could have up to 64 already as a max. So we're currently building up to 62, I believe. So we might get another one up here, maybe. Just keep on building. It might become fairly expensive. We could always put in at least one consumption tax at this point. Just the opium, for example. It's probably going to give us quite a bit of money. And the paddle steamer is about to be completed. Which actually does mean that in the next thing that is going to start spreading is going to be mandatory service. So we'll queue that up already. Well, there we go. There's the paddle steamer. Oh, dynamics improve relations. Well, that's quite handy. We'll hopefully be able to get to the 10% literature rate soon enough. The standard of living, on the other hand, is still steadily dropping. Not much I can do about that one, though. Oh, Great Jing is now improving relations. Alright then, so I guess our... Yeah, the liberty side is somewhat safe there. Oh, it's slowly still dropping, but it's not too bad. Oh. Right, tool shortage is bloody massive. Is there any more tooling workshops being built? Not yet, at least. So I think what I might do is I might just go ahead and queue up another one over here myself. Although I suppose they are having issues with... No, it's not that well. The iron price is a bit... Oh. Okay, France is forming another block of their own. Let's see, so who's in there? Just France and Tahiti. At least we're bigger than Tahiti. Okay, so cotton plantation, that's going to be done in 2 weeks. Then the sulfur mine is underway. We've got more universities underway, which is of course going to cost us quite a bit. How's the political stuff? So I don't think there's any laws that we could really say this big and change it. We could try the professional army, but since the landowners oppose that, it's very unlikely to surpass. That's just, you know, a waste of time, really. And I don't really have too much bureaucracy right now anyway, so we'll probably hold off on that for the current. What else are they building in the private sector? Oh, another tooling workshop. That's actually going to be in our capital. That's going to be perfect. I was going to build one at some point there. But if they'll do it for us, then we don't need to worry about it. So, anything going in the world? Oh, right. Egypt and Ottoman Empire are fighting. No surprises there. Have they... No. Texas is still mostly in Mexican hands. I don't remember if they start that way or if they start as independent and then things. I honestly don't remember. Well, be as it may. USA still has quite a bit of growing to do. Wait, oh. Trapara and Brazil made a truce, I think. Yeah, they got a truce. That's interesting. And Argentina's got a lot of colonizing to do in there. Alright then. So in the meanwhile, our university in Jianghu, so that's in the southwestern state over here, that's 5 more weeks and we'll have that one. That's going to get our innovation up to, I think, 58 total. Because we've got one university up here already, which is currently hiring, but that does mean that there's going to be a bit more people available to work the jobs. And thus, at least that's going to be okay. The wood price is a bit high, iron price is pretty high as well. Oh, alright. Gold discovered. Again, not really my concern. It's not going to be in our states. Right, the classwork over here is... well, they're not hiring too much. I suppose the wood price is a bit high. That's one thing. And then, of course, the class price is so damn small that that doesn't really help either. Is there any coal in the market available yet? Not yet, okay. Nothing being built by the foreign quarters yet. Another university will be done soon enough. I'm not going to increase the construction speed currently. Although, if I let the private sector take over, we should still be okay. Investment pool is 1.3 million. It's increasing by about 7,000. So that is pretty good amount, actually. Of course, the investment pool transfer is only like a 1/4 of currently what we could do, because we don't have the better laws in here yet. And we're currently just mostly waiting for different movements to start springing up. So that's going to take a while, I reckon. The GDP hasn't started growing too much yet, but we are making preparations to make sure that the education is going to be pretty good in our state. Hopefully, at least. And then, those states in general. And then we can hopefully get the techs done a lot faster by focusing on the, well, universities early on. And then we're going to focus on a bit more on the various better industries as well. Now, if we do have a look at the market again, so the tools are very high priced. There's also the man of wars, but there's not a huge amount for them. Opium we can't grow. Faith knows no bounds. We're going to go ahead and take the intelligence's approval again. That's going to increase the society research speed, actually. But then the groceries, the groceries are now selling a lot. And I believe we control the only, yes, we're the only one that produces it. So that's probably making pretty good profit, I reckon. It has been, actually it hasn't been sold. We're trying to sell it, mind you, but it has not been sold yet. The balance is about 600. We're getting 277 from the dividends. Which, you know, it's not the worst. I was hoping for a little bit more, but it will help the food to be a bit cheaper by having this in here. It's entirely possible that there will be another level built there sooner or later. So we should be getting up to 64 innovation with all the universities that we're building. Which is probably fine. I mean, if need be, we could probably get another university in our capital. It will cost us a little bit more. How's the paper situation in the market still? It's a little bit elevated price, but it's actually not that bad in the end. So we can definitely live with that. Tool price has been going down a little bit. That's good. Groceries price, well, it fell down a little bit there, but now it's fairly high, actually. But that's one of those things that if we just keep on building more of the food industries, it probably will make a massive amount of cash anyway. I'm guessing the, oh yeah, the construction, we just completed one of the constructions, or another one of the universities, and therefore we didn't have to pay for the construction for a little bit there, or for 1 week. But the innovation is now steadily increasing towards 60, I believe. And we got what, yeah, we got 3 more, so that will get us to up to 66 and a little bit, which means that we'll be above the max right now, but once the literary rate keeps growing, we'll get more and more. So I think that's going to be alright. We can keep that one going for the time being. Now, I don't suppose, no, the tool workshop, it's mostly working full speed though, but I guess there is quite a bit of demand for more iron mines in here. Because what I could do is I could probably build one more in there. That's going to make the iron price a little bit cheaper, but also allow us to have maybe a bit more tools in there. It's also increasing the productivity of all the other mines in here, although not really that massive amount. But we're also trying to sell these, no one's just willing to buy them yet. Although we do get a decent bit of dividends out of it, so I'm not complaining. But yeah, there shouldn't be too much that the, yeah, there's only 2 nationally owned building levels. One of those is the iron mine. I believe the other one is the food industry. Yes, that is indeed correct. The food industry, it's got a fairly good cash reserve already. It's slowly building up as well. And we're getting 300 per week now from there. Could be a lot worse. Oh, and the lathes are almost done. Now, do we actually have anything that would benefit from that? Yeah, I don't think we have any textile mills. So that won't really benefit from that. We don't have any furniture workshops. And what was the other thing? Oh, glass works. Okay, leather glass will be okay. What we can probably do is build a lead mine over here, for example, and then get the glass works working on that. Admittedly, it will probably collapse the price of the glass for a little while, but yeah, we'll build one there. The lathe is going to be done in 2 weeks now. Or should be done in 2 weeks. We're still losing quite a bit of money. But again, I suppose once we're done with a lot of the construction work in here, well, first of all, what we can still do is we can reduce the tax on unrealized taxes at least slowly. So that way we can offset some of that cost. We are going to get one of the administration buildings soon enough. Well, there's the lathe. Right, so since there is no lead production in the entire market yet, there's no point for us to just try switching any of those... Oh, atmospheric engine is... Oh, that's going to be brilliant. Because that's going to give us a reason to get some coal mines. That's going to make all the mines more effective. And there's also unlocks the motor industry, which is something to do, or some use for steel. Because once we get the mechanical tools, we can also start making tools out of steel, which is going to be quite handy. And that is honestly going to be a massive boon for the not only us, but for the entire market in general. To be fair, the members, there's Tibet, myself, Jing, and Langfang. Langfang is over there. And of course, Tibet is over here in Tibet. That makes perfect sense. And then Great Jing. I'm actually a bit surprised that the Heavenly Kingdom hasn't sprung up yet. Is this going to be that one time when Jing is actually going to be strong? We do still have quite a bit of radicals, but I'm hoping that we can slowly start dropping those numbers a little bit. Ooh. Okay, the landowners are monarchists. They're no longer traditionalists. Is there actually... No, the professional army is still something that they oppose. Alright then, so that's not really an option. We don't really have the bureaucracy for doing any of the home affairs stuff. And we don't really have a lot of the other texts unlocked. So how's the... Oh, medical decrees will probably be done. Oh, right, we're actually researching that right now. Let's actually keep ourselves in this tab. I don't know what is going to be spreading next. Romanticism would be quite nice to get the Art Academy, but at the same time, we don't really need... Oh, I think something that just got sold. Oh, yeah, one of the iron mines got purchased by... Right, so... Oh, that's actually... Chuzhou. So that would be... like Shanghai and all that. Well, they own at least a bit of industries in mining territories then. To be fair, it might be tying us even further into their economy, which does have a bit of a negative impact on our liberty society. Yeah, economic dependence on Overlord is pretty high. Still losing quite a bit of money per month, though. And we could potentially set up some more... Oh. Petition approach to government. And now land of voting. Okay. Amid the debate on race issues, for 2 years we get minus 10% enactment time, political movement support, and less radicalism. The formal procedure of government must be upheld. Or ordered investigation is convention of the convenient list of names. Yeah, we'll a minute debate on the race issues. That might mean that the land of voting's got 70%. Is anyone strongly opposing it, I suppose? Not really. Okay, so we can probably go over that one then. It doesn't have a huge amount of support right now. But at the same time, there's no chance of it stalling. There's a debate happening, most likely, and it might advance and then eventually will succeed. If we get to land at voting, that's going to start reducing the power of the... I suppose it's reducing the authority a little bit. But it reduces the aristocrats and officers' power, I suppose. In recognition of accomplishments, we're going to increase the industrialist power. Maybe they'll become a influential interest group soon enough. They're not that yet, of course. And our... oh, there we go. Innovation could be up to 65.3 already. We do have 2 more universities underway, which, to be fair, might actually be taking us a decent bit higher than I was supposed to go to. Or maybe not, but regardless, we are at least building a few more universities. The cost is pretty high currently. So the tooling workshop in our capital is underway, then they're going to build another tobacco plantation. Right then. No foreign quarters yet. Eventually they'll probably start building some stuff in our territories as well. A few more weeks for the medical decrees. And that's going to allow... I suppose that is going to unlock a law that we might then get. Is the charity hospitals. Now, I don't know if anyone actually supports the law quite yet. So that might take a while. And then we just need to wait for whatever is the next... Oh, right, we got the government administration up here. Oh, wait, no, it hasn't been built yet. Oh, no, it has been built. Okay. Yeah, we got extra bureaucracy. We are still losing a bit of cash, mind you. The construction cost is quite high. Oh, and there we go. Medical degrees unlocked. Now, let's see. What is going to be the next thing spreading? Sins of the past. Proponents of the land of voting reform have called attention to the past abuse of power by the current regime as a reason for why this change is urgently needed. We get 20% chance, or we get 10%. I'm going to take the 20% chance. The sooner we get that, the better. We'll slowly improve relations with Russia, at least. But we are definitely losing quite a bit of cash right now. To be fair, we've still got, I think, one more building that hasn't... actually, I don't know. Is the food industry still being sold? Oh, no, that's been purchased already. By another one in... Oh, Xi'an. Okay. That's a bit further than I expected. But yeah, no, it makes it good money. Of course, we're not getting that money right now, then. But it makes it a bit more profitable. Which does mean that it's producing an extra... Well, actually... No, it's not producing an extra unit of groceries yet, but it's still mostly fine. And it's got okay productivity, so I'm not really too worried. It's the 11th most productive food industry in the world. Which is actually pretty good. A few more weeks for another university. We've already got... Yeah, so it's 62. So actually, yeah, with 2 more universities will get to 66 or some point something. In total innovation, which is going to keep us going for a little while. We'll probably need to increase that every now and then, but right now, that's honestly good enough. That university in Zhangzhou will be done fairly shortly. We got the iron mine being built as well, and then the lead mine. The iron mine will be very handy. The iron mine, or the lead mine, sorry, will help make the glassworks maybe a bit more effective. The wood price, at least locally, will be reduced. Of course, we don't have any logging camps ourselves yet. This called within the Confucian scholars. Oh, with their support, this bill shall pass. There we go, now with 52%. So, yeah, that should be going a lot faster now. And then with the elections, we can maybe get some people in power to allow us to change some of the laws, like the traditionalism and serfdom and isolationism. Those are the things that are holding us back the most currently. Of course, another one that is holding us back a little bit is censorship. Mostly the tech spread being reduced is pretty rough, I would say. GDP hasn't really started growing yet, but of course we've been mostly focusing on a lot on government stuff currently. But of course, once we're done with these buildings, I think we'll just let the private sector take over for a little while. We'll be able to hopefully... Well, I mean, we've got 2 million already in there. Which, to be fair, we only got about 250,000 in the cash reserves currently. They're still going to be going down fairly quickly while we're building up all of this, but there is not that many buildings being built anymore. Once the university is done and the mines are built, that's going to be pretty much it. How's the market looking like in terms of the goods? First, let's have a look at the highlights. Oh, there's a lot of clothing that would be required, and of course iron is in very high demand. I believe... How much do I actually produce? So we've got 2 iron mines in here. That should be... There's 48 production, okay. Where are the iron mines located? So... Wait, what? Why is it showing food industries? There we go. So, we're producing, well, some of it. We're not necessarily the biggest one. Oh, grassroots support for the law. We'll get more loyalists, actually. Because I want to have a good loyalist base there, so we can get a lot more of the bonuses going on. And yeah, the radicals dropped quite significantly there. The innovation is maxed out again for a brief moment. We'll get the 1 more university in our capital, which does mean that at the throughput of that, I believe, yeah, it will be increased even further. So that's going to get us to... Let's actually see. It's going to be 3% boost of the 6. So yeah, it's not going to be a massive boost, but it will help. And that will allow us to industrialize our capital even faster. I mean, the tooling workshop is underway there. Now getting the iron mine, the tooling workshop will be done only after the iron mine, mind you. But I believe if we don't build anything for a moment after that, we will be able to keep the ball rolling, and there's going to be a lot more private sector building up stuff for at least a little while. We can let them take over the extra construction capabilities. Of course, we will want to increase the taxation capacity at some point. But right now, with the... well, especially the paper price is still pretty high, isn't it? It's actually not that massive, but yeah, it is quite a bit of demand for it. Is there any... No, there's no foreign quarters being built right now. There is the... Yeah, the same 2 over there still in the production queue. Oh, there we go. University is already fully employed. Mining accident. Look at the rule fork a little bit more powerful, I think. Oh, debate success. There we go. We're 62% now. Well, I suspect that there might be a bit of a change soon enough then. The rule folk are not an influential interest group yet. I suspect that that's, well, we're bolstering them. They've got 3.6%. But they've got less than 5%, thus they are not influential yet. Now, to be fair, why is actually increasing the... Right, serfdom is a massive boost for the landowners, of course. At this point, I might have to go and stop bolstering some of the troops, though. Intelligence, we're currently bolstering already. I think the industrialists are just not strong enough, so I'm going to stop that. I'm going to go ahead and put in a consumption tax or two. Could put a service tax, but that's not necessarily the best. I think I'm going to put liquor and maybe the tea taxes. That's going to reduce the deficit a little bit, and we don't have that much time until we might be having a bit of deficit. Or, like, we might take a little bit loans, but as long as we let the private sector take over the construction after building these things that we're currently working on, then we should be fine. And yeah, we're currently already maxed out on the innovation. I believe we got 66.3 total. But since it's maxed out at 65.8 right now, it's going to be alright. Mandatory service is... Oh, right, why is spreading... Oh, is empiricism. That's actually not bad. That's going to be even better education. Means a better literacy rate, which means faster innovation and all that. So it's all good. Rousing speech captivates the public. We'll take the 15% chance there. I do not want to empower the landowners any further. So we got the extra iron mine in here. I'm going to go ahead and make sure to privatize that. It could well be that it's going to be yet another Chinese financial sector that is going to buy that, but yeah, well. It does increase the production quite nicely, though. It's already 73 in here, so it's not the highest production, but it is one of the highest productions in our market, in individual states anyway. I mean, it's actually producing about a third of the market's entire iron. There's quite a bit of demand for it. Of course, our construction sector... Actually, let's have a look. So the buy orders, construction sectors are buying 300. Tooling workshops only 20. Speaking of which, we still haven't got the tooling workshop in our capital. But that should be done almost, well, pretty much right now. Well, okay, a few more weeks. It will be done before the lead mines are completed, at least. So now we're starting to take a little bit loans, but I'm not too worried about that, admittedly. We do have a little bit extra authority as well. We could potentially just put in, you know what, we could put the service tax in for a while. It might cause a bit of radicals. And all that, because, you know, it makes the basic services a bit more expensive then. But I will take it right now just to reduce the amount of loans that we need to take. We're taking 4,000 per week. Which, to be fair, by the time we're done with the lead mine, it's going to be another 40,000 on top of that. So it's going to be less than 100,000 total. And once the private sector is taking over all the construction speed, we should be fine, let's be honest. Tooling workshop will be done next week in our capital. That's going to be very handy. But land of voting is still not really going anyway. I mean, okay, the success chance is already 78%, so it doesn't start going forward. Okay, there we go. Finally. It's going somewhere. And there we go. The tooling workshop is down in our capital. It's, you know, quite high demand for iron, which, to be fair, yeah, the demand for iron is relatively high. It's mostly fairly high because of me, to be fair, because I'm using that in construction. I think China doesn't use the iron yet for construction. We do, but of course, you know, once we get a bit more tools, that means that we'll get a bit more money from the iron mines and all that. The lead mine is almost done. As soon as that is done, can I? No, I can't enable privatization yet until it's built. But what I will do, I'm going to go ahead and switch this to the leaded glass. As soon as that is built. So it gives some demand for the lead. And keeps this operational, will enable privatization, although right now it probably won't be sold. But yeah, the lead price is pretty low, or rather pretty high in demand. Not a lot of production yet. Consumption is only 11. That might be because the glass works aren't actually working full speed yet. No, it should be like 20 something, I think. I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, that's 10 per level. So that should be enough to run this should be enough to run at least one, or those two rather. So one province, and oh, we're getting more iron mines. There we go. That's actually in our capital. That's going to be very handy. Now we've got just about enough construction speed. We can build one full speed with the private sector now, and the other one, you know, we're a little bit tiny extra, depending on the state, I suppose, we're building. There we go. That's the tobacco plantation. Now another tooling workshop in Yongnam. Oh, and there we go, law process to adoption. And there we go, paying off the loans already quite nicely as well. Innovation still capped up, or capped out for the time being. So we've got 4.1 million GDP. How's the tool price? It's still... Actually, it's going down a little bit. I suppose we are producing a bit more ourselves now. The iron price is still massive. Of course, the buy orders. Construction sector takes 300 of that. Tooling workshop take a little bit. And there's a few other things that take small amounts. But that's at least keeping the iron mines quite profitable. Admittedly, it is basically paid by the private sector then. Or the, you know, investment pool rather is paying for the running of the iron mines for the most part. So, you know, if it works, it works. And over here, we're producing 15 lead already. How's the glass works? I suppose they're not that profitable right now. So they're not hiring too much. Ooh, students rally to enact poor laws. Universal pop political strength plus 10%. University building throughput minus 10%. And movement support for the poor laws. Or they get more radical. And the penalties aren't going to be quite as bad for the universities. I don't really want the radical, so I'm going to take that one. It's going to make the poor law support be fairly substantial already. Because we will probably need to get some more bureaucracy buildings for that. But I do see that we are actually quite a bit ahead, over time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.